Everybody, welcome to today's discussion, all for our real estate investors in the house. Please like the video, thumbs up, hit replay or save replay in the comments. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So I want to say hello to everybody. Super quick discussion today with regards to our real estate businesses and the difference between urgent and important in our real estate businesses because you, like me, we're always like, we have this task list to do every day. We got to do this task list. And there's certain things on our task list that if we look like at the end of the week or at the end of the month or at the end of the year, we're doing all of these tasks, but we feel like we're not getting ahead. And perhaps that is because we are doing urgent things that are unimportant to our long-term growth. So, the discussion we're going to have today is just a couple of little quick tips with figuring out what is what, which things you should do, which things you should delegate, and how to know the important things in your real estate business that's really going to push you forward. So, a lot of us, again, we feel like we're working hard, but we're not getting ahead. So that's the discussion for today. This information really comes from a study that was done in 2018 by ResearchGate.net. And they have found that when people are deciding what tasks to work on, they will consistently prioritize urgent tasks over important tasks consistently. So I'm going to show you this here just so you can see a little bit of what we're talking about. And let me see if I can make this a bit bigger so you're able to see it better. Of course not. That's not going to work. So let me remove this and show it to you in a different manner. And this should be hopefully bigger. Yeah. Remove and let's see here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this is something called the Eisenhower Matrix, and it really determines what we're doing in our real estate businesses and whether those things are urgent and things that we should do or not urgent. And things that we should still do because it's going to give us long-term value that's really going to push us ahead in our businesses. Or if it's things that's not urgent and we shouldn't do it at all because it's not going to get us anywhere. So again, this is from a 2018 study by ResearchGate.net that found that when people are deciding what tasks to work on, they will consistently prioritize urgent tasks over important tasks. Especially us as CEOs, as business owners, we are the CEOs and business owners of our real estate investing empires. And if we're not focusing on what's important, if we're only focusing on the urgent, then we're not going to get ahead with regards to building our portfolios. So there are urgent tasks, which you are able to see this matrix here. This is the Eisenhower matrix. And basically, they have these four quadrants here that talk about the things that we should be focused on as we are growing our businesses. And the first is urgent and important. These are the things that we should do first on a daily basis. So, examples of these things are any kind of crises or emergencies that's happening in our real estate investing business. So, for example, signing a contract is important, right? Putting out offers is important. Some of them are urgent, some of them are not. Like, for example, I had an urgent issue yesterday where one of my loans was, coming apart, and I had to kind of get in there and work in order to salvage it and pull it back together. Sometimes you have the same thing with the real estate deals that you're working on, where you got to drop everything because it's urgent and important in order to get the deal pushed forward and get to the closing table. Those are things that are urgent and important with regards to our businesses. So we need to do those things first. But a lot of us then get into the urgent and unimportant things, which is quadrant 3 down at the bottom left-hand side. And this is where we get into trouble in our real estate businesses. So we start then focusing on low value tasks that need to be completed but don't require our expertise. Again, we're the CEOs of our real estate investing empires, yet in portfolios, yet we are not treating it that way. We're not treating these tasks as tasks as busy work, interruptions, things that we are able to outsource. So once you get to a point in your business where you're making a little bit of money, you can bring on a virtual administrative assistant who has experience in real estate investing, to help you do certain things like the paperwork with regards to the offers that you're putting out, the paperwork with regards to working with the title company in order to get you to closing, and talking with the hard money lenders like us to get you the funding that you need and the documents that is needed. That is busy work, that is repetitious, that has regular routines, that can be delegated. Sometimes it's also things like your social media and things like that. That's urgent, but it's not important because it's low value tasks that could be passed off to somebody else. So that is quadrant 3 as they have it here, where you really should delegate. You really should delegate these tasks. Then quadrant 2 is not urgent but important. As the CEO of your real estate investment business, you really want to spend the bulk of your time focusing on quadrant 2, the not urgent but important. These are high value tasks that strategize around long term goals with no set deadline. So it's things like relationship building, long term planning, personal improvement. In my opinion, the things that go into quadrant 2 for our real estate businesses can include things like having coffee with a probate lawyer that can send us a whole bunch of referrals. I was speaking with a real estate agent a couple of days ago, and he is getting like nice contracts from a probate attorney that he met a few years ago. That kind of uh, that kind of task is not urgent, but it's extremely important to the long-term success of your real estate investing business. Also, some of the cold outreach you doing to potential sellers or potential um, individuals who want to sell their properties, FISBOs, things like that. That is not considered urgent, yet that's very important with regards to relationship building, with regards to your ability to put in offers. Yesterday, we talked about the fact that 70 offers usually equals one contract. So that is the quote unquote not urgent work that is extremely important to you moving the ball forward. Also, things like taking a class to learn a new technique with regards to creative financing. That is also not urgent, but very important with regards to you moving forward in your real estate investment business. Speaking with somebody like me to talk about your ability to get the funding you need for your real estate investments. That is not urgent, but very important. It's only urgent when you have a deal on the table, but just laying the groundwork for our relationship building is also considered in that quadrant number 2. The final thing is quadrant 4, deleted. These are low value tasks that really waste your time and really don't push the ball forward. Things like internet browsing, pointless meetings, things like that. So when people say, what do you do? What do you delete? What do you schedule and like actually do to push the ball forward? You really want to focus on that not urgent but important part of the matrix. And I would say over a weekly basis, you want to have 80% of your time being in that part of the matrix, because that is how you're actually going to build your wealth through real estate. Build your real estate investment portfolio is by focusing on the things that are not urgent but important. So, 5 couple of final things that you want to think about is you want to think about how you deprioritize and learning how to deprioritize things in your business that are not really going to help you push the ball forward. You also want to think about how you're going to audit your progress as well within your real estate investment business. So it could be that, hey, you know what? We want to buy one property a year, or we want to flip two houses per month. We want to wholesale two houses per month. And actually being able to use these quadrants, and most importantly, asking yourself, how much time did I spend on the not urgent but important in order to get those two houses that I'm wholesaling every single month? Or adding one property to my house, one property to my real estate portfolio every 6 months. The more you focus on the not urgent but important, that second quadrant, the closer you're going to get to your goals. So, that is it. If you need funding for your real estate investments, we have short term funding and long term funding. We have funding for you to buy, funding for you to rehab, funding for you to refinance, do your burst strategy. We also have our upcoming webinar on May 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about how to fund your BRRRR. So, connect with me, SimpliFunded.com, or contact at SimpliFunded.com if you have any real estate funding needs, or if you just have a regular business and you are looking for a line of credit, business credit cards, things like that. Contact at SimpliFunded.com. I have resources for you as well with regards to that. And yeah, and then over the time, we're also going to be talking. We have a webinar coming up about the grants for real estate projects. I'm working on that right now, and that should be in the next few weeks. So if you want to get on our email list, email me, contact at SimpliFunded.com, and say, hey, Cherie, I want to get on that call about the grants for real estate projects, and I will make sure to put you on that invite list for that. Okay? That is it for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.